Design-Driven Innovation Conference, which is going to be here in this building, and it's an afternoon session. So if you are called, just check in with us afterwards and make sure you know where you need to be and when. Okay, so that's about it. Federico, did you want to announce the winners, or should I go ahead and tell people who has won? No, you're going to tell just us.
As you can imagine, was tremendously hard for us to pick one, and we try really to squeeze the discussion and make it short. But we started by saying how important it was for us to remember Bill, and we saw a lot of the project that really carry out a lot of the ideas that built with that law. So first of all, big applause for Bill, and thanks for remembering that. You're here. Please come in. I know I didn't ask you, but Charles came directly from, you know him now, from Head of Innovation Improvement. At least I would love to have a word from you, because I have to throw into this without too much advice, but I hope you enjoy. It was a very hard 48 hours. Not sure it was you.
No, you pulled me out of a really interesting conversation over there with one of the teams. So, no, I mean, what you guys did, the work was really, really interesting. The topics that we spend our time thinking about as well. And it's really interesting to hear different perspectives, different technology being employed. We do a lot of products that's focused around performance, right? High performance athletes. But there are a lot of athletes out there, in this room, and we need to figure out how to motivate them to be active. And so it's a really interesting context for us to see this notion of urban fitness, how we can apply technology to it. It was really good. Some of the other folks that were here with me, fortunately, the app Luke guys are here, but I know they got a lot out of it too. So thanks for the energy. Really.
So if you guys are interested, we are going to do a class where you can keep hacking for the next 14 weeks. Okay. I can tell you a bit more later. Now you're probably exhausted.
All right, the moment that you've all been waiting for. The first group we'll be presenting tomorrow is City Tattoo. The second group is Hermes. The third group is
Yep. Otherwise, it's bad video.
So if we call your name, just come on from here. Yeah. Okay. The third group is Haptic Plus Plus.
All right.
Fourth group is FitBoot. And last but not the least, our final presenters for tomorrow are Gateway. Thank you so much, everyone. A final cheer for our winning teams.
All right.
Final cheer for all of you guys. This was amazing.
All right.
And finally, before we go, we'd love to take a group picture. So if everyone wants to gather at the front, we'll just snap that quickly, and then thank you so much, everyone. It's been an amazing 48 hours.
Yay. Federico. Oops, sorry. Oh, holy cow. Wow. Group picture. Super fantastic. Oh, yes. Insurance shot, right?
Can we squeeze in a little bit more?
Like you like each other. Thank you. Nope, I'm good. That's why they invented panorama.
Okay.
Woohoo! All right.
One thing. One thing, man. That's great, huh?
And here is the live video stream. Great. Judges from the that just finished your hard task of selecting the winners. And could you maybe just introduce yourselves and
My name is Guillermo Bernal, and I'm one of the researchers at the Design Lab.
Same here. Sotirios Kotsopoulos, I'm also a researcher at the Mobile Experience Lab.
yeah, great. And so what did you notice in this this hackathon? Anything come across as interesting by way of either a trend or some insight? Anything? What came across to you?
I think one thing that a lot of teams share was like in the idea of taking metrics for yourself, how you can begin to take those measurements and apply them to your everyday life. So it seems like more and more we're beginning to get more curious about those measurements, about that environment, and how can we inform our day-to-day life to make it in a better way.
Quantified self, maybe, and then feeding back now into these broader environments.
Exactly.
Okay, I noticed that trend too.
Yeah.
And then if I can add, I think the
Please.
second one was gamification and how competition or somehow a way to connect with other people is through a game or some idea of friendly competition.
Right. Yeah,
Or
the
setting-
walking, the jumping, like literally games in sport, and then also a sense of competition and benchmarking.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But also
So social.
competition means organizing teams
Yep.
and sharing your information with other people. And, that's very
Collaborating,
Yes.
agreeing, and then deploying something, and then that's not so different from our hackathon. Huh?
Yep.
So I wonder what might it look like. I'm sorry, what were you
No,
going
no, I think if you were to add another layer of what we saw, it's like we begin to see people with a vision for like new materials. Like even though their prototypes might be using electronics for now, but they're envisioning how like new materials that are actually are smart materials can begin to actuate the same way that we use electronics now. So maybe the prototypes are using certain technologies that are available now, but the idea is that in the future we can begin to use these smarter materials to convey this idea.
And I think another aspect that I find very interesting is the prospect of creating customizable gear, sports gear for people that is exactly for specific people, and it becomes better and better over time as you collect more information about your own needs, the needs of your body.
Yes.
Be it, from a t-shirt to a shoe or to whatever.
Totally. Like in City of Bits. Do you
Yes.
remember that classic
Exactly.
recitation when Bill went through how the technology extends the human experience, our sight, our perception, our reach, our
Yes.
grasp, our, and then the feedback now finally to how are we feeding back in like a virtuous cycle of data, adaptation, and adoption of better capabilities. So it's like that mass customization of ourselves is kind of what I hear you. Now that you mention it, I guess I saw that too. I didn't know I'd seen it until you said it though. Really good catch. I'm going to, on behalf of the Human Dynamics group here, a IEEE workshop in Kansas City, Missouri, February 7th, 8th, something like that, on smart cities. Bill's group was smart cities, and now this is almost like smart city plus and beyond. What do you think? Many people, in a sense, just catching up to some of the futuristic observations that were started in the smart cities group. What do you think would be the message now for people in professional associations like IEEE and like, American Bar Association I spend time in, and others that are beginning their own smart cities committees, and they're starting the entire cycle of looking seriously at the types of capabilities and what the implications are for their type of work and their role. What do you think people ought to be looking at now? What are the main research agendas? What are the hot topics? What's relevant and important now for people getting into smart cities?
I think,
No, go ahead. That's a big question.
it's a big question. It's a big topic. I think everything, what I see for the future, I see interesting at this point is how the city can become the container of all these new activities, fitness.
The mic
and-
is,
yeah.
make sure we hear you. Keep
So
contain it.
how the city can contain, the urban environment can contain in a better way urban fitness and facilitate the health of people by providing opportunities and providing metrics and providing facilities, so to say, to make healthy, so to say, because you may have also unhealthy exercise to people.
I never thought of that.
At all times, really.
At all times.
Yes.
That's great. Yeah, thanks. It's funny, in smart cities, I frequently will think about, and just cities generally, I think about transportation, education, sewage. I think of planning. And this is almost like the city putting resources into cars and into objects and into groups of people. And you're saying, hey, we've got this data, and we've just seen a great crop of technologies that show how very personal it can be. Maybe now the thing is for the cities to be looking at the people and the people's health and wellness in the context of the city. So the environment support and reflect that. That's very, very enlightening.
So how the infrastructure of the city can support that in a more intuitive way, right?
Okay.
In the classical city, you have the park that you go every weekend and you walk up and down, right, the street, right, the main street, right. But now you may be able to exercise every day while going to do work or doing your shopping or do something.
Totally.
If the city can support that.
If they can,
right?
And they can. And then the question is just how. But that's good. I asked you what and why. That's a good thing for people like IEEE because they're awfully good at how as engineers. So what are your thoughts on that?
I agree with Stereos, and I think we have moved from a way where we had a city planner and a selected group of people making decisions for everyone. And now we have all this information, and it's becoming more of a communal effort to try to begin to make those decisions in a more convenient way for that city. You cannot apply certain things that will apply in California to what will happen here in Boston. We have different weather, we have different cultural needs, we have maybe the population move in and out from that city more often than in other areas. So that might require different demands. By now having all this information, we can begin to make more educated decisions that in the past we were not able to do.
Great.
So just
yeah.
this big data and understanding. I know it's a
Right.
big topic that is used, but now beginning actually to know how to use it.
Right.
And it becomes more accessible to everyone, more diluted for everyone to begin to use it as a tool and not as a main topic.
Right. New capabilities. So using this overall to use our sensors to actually collect and understand the data and adapt, intelligently adapt based on the data.
Yeah.
Not based on the 10 years ago, the 10-year study.
Exactly.
That's still always 10 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so can I ask an extra credit final question?
Sure.
Okay. So the topics that I'm supposed to help facilitate, so this is a little bit self-serving, but or self-service maybe, are they are transportation. And in Kansas City, Missouri, they've got some really interesting things with smart cities in Cisco now, where Cisco's working with the city to put really giant sensor network together using existing sensors, and they did a neat analysis. They're filling out some more traffic and other sensing stuff to be able to have better at scale in urban informatics. The other one is the other main one I'd say relates to entrepreneurship. So I won't go through all 5 topic areas, but with respect to transportation, which is always a major theme, and then say entrepreneurship. People that have small businesses, have ideas, want to start companies, or have companies, and the city has some role with, first of all, regulating all businesses. They pay tax in the city, they register. There's ways to find services, and then also to promote them. Like every city wants a vibrant business and business development. They want people to have jobs. They want a vibrant community, and entrepreneurship is certainly part of that. So what should people be thinking or talking about in the tracks when we look at? I think it's going to be like MOOC topics, case studies, and maybe white papers. As in some months, what this might result with. Yeah. Where's the priorities, or what should people be having their minds on for transportation and entrepreneurship in the city context for smart